See, that's what I get for talking about Mary's babies. My live was deleted. Jay, can you share the new live? My live was deleted. Sorry, y'all. We gonna get it together. That's what I get from talking about Mary's babies. See, you can't be over here talking about Mary and her babies. She gonna get on you. Okay. All right, y'all. My bad. It's we working, we vibing. I'm not at home. You know, when I'm at home, it's more structured. The lighting and everything. Everything is everything. I'm shiny as hell. Oh, Miss Mary Mac, all dressed in black, black, black. Let's talk about. Okay, let me pull up this SWAC games. Lord help me. So basically, damn, Alabama A&M 73 put up on them. Good Lord. Oh Lord. Look at this, y'all. All right, I'm gonna just put out a disclaimer. When it comes down to these money games that we're playing, Lord,
I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights. But
when I look around and I see these SWAC games, Jackson State scoring is better than the rest of the team scoring against an FBS. I won't complain. Sometimes the clouds hang low. They was hanging low in ULM. I can barely see the road. Yes. I asked the question, Lord, why did Auburn score almost 80 points? Lord have mercy. Is that even possible? Oh God. How are we gonna fix it? These money games are not worth it, bro. But you know what? Let me bring this up because I'm talking mess, but I'm gonna make everybody feel a lot better, okay? And this is to the student athletes. Don't be weary, okay? Look at this. Don't be weary. Do not be weary, okay? Clemson Tigers scored 3 points today. You do not fear. You should not be weary, okay? If Clemson can only score 3 points, we're not going to be upset with Alcorn for only scoring 3 points. This is the Clemson Tigers. They ranked 14 and they had a money game today. So, how you doing, Mr. Ford?
Can you hear me?
Of course I can hear you.
Okay. Give me about 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes.
I give you, yeah. Okay, y'all. Wait, let me put your thing on there first. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, we've been waiting to hear this because I know he's got a breakdown of today's games, right? And I'm more interested in this South Carolina State versus FAMU matchup. Mr. Ford, your street committee report. Why are you on mute, Mr. Ford? Oh, I think he said give him 2 to 3 minutes to get it together. All right, so let's go back to these money games. I ask the question, Lord. Lord, why so much pain? 73 point. I mean, listen, Jackson State had 70 put up on us last year, right? But at least we scored 34 points. At least, you know. And Texas State ended up being first in their division. I mean, come on now. And Texas Southern got Prairie View against the rope. All that wolfing. Somebody go find Said Bass and PV versus themselves. Ooh, somebody get Lionel on the line. I forgot we're only here to win SWAC. No, we're not. Okay, so this we finna call Peasy 3 Peasy. That's his nickname until Alcorn scores more than 3 points. Y'all, everybody in the chat say, hey, 3 Peasy. Hey, 3 Peasy. Alcorn only scored 3 points. But I'm glad you're here, Peasy, because I was sharing with the rest of the chat. Don't worry about it, bruh. You and Clemson are like twins today. And Clemson Tigers has way more of everything in regards to facilities and players. And they still only scored 3 points. So you good, Peasy. You good, 3 Peasy. Wi-Fi versus everybody. Church mouse quiet, okay? So y'all was sleeping on Texas Southern over there. I'm not even gonna say nothing. Big dub for the Jags. What Jags? The Jaguars won versus McNeese. I picked them over McNeese. Let's go ahead and look at these SWAC games. So while we're waiting for Mr. Ford to give his analysis, TV versus everybody. Lionel, Mosby, all y'all. Who else said? Who said? Come on right on over here. Come right on over here. Out of all the games that were played today, this was probably one of the most important games for the SWAC West. Where you at? Lionel, come to the front. Sick as a dog. Okay, Southern. Look at Southern. Okay, Valley did score 21 points. So let me go ahead and let's look at my predictions. Okay, so let me give a disclaimer because I just don't want to hear it. I will forever and always, I don't care if FAMU had an orange and green game, I'm going to say that FAMU is going to lose, okay? This is just so that we just get that out there. I'm always going to say FAMU. I'm going to pick them to lose. If they were playing the coaches in a match, I would pick the coaches. It's no hardship. It's not hating. Let me clarify this. Look at this. This is embarrassing. I was shouting to the mountaintops. Ooh, look at Prairie View. They're up. And y'all, who is over graphics? They need to be fired. I'm not going to say they need to be fired. They need to be reprimanded. Because they put out a graphic today that said that they was up 14-0. Now, why would you go and lie like that? And I was hyped too. I said, oh, look at Bethune-Cookman. They up. They're up against USF. And then over here being messy. I said, I thought that I thought Bethune-Cookman was up. And I was like, dang, look at them, okay. And so I was like, this is the AD because I thought Cookman was up on USF and they had posted the wrong score. Why would you do that? Now y'all know y'all had the wrong score. It had me embarrassed. I was embarrassed. Mr. Ford, you do realize you are on mute, right? Valley quarterback need to be a tight end. Well, considering the fact that Valley's quarterback probably has more rushing yards and more passing yards than Tyler Macon this past week, I wouldn't say too much, right? I wouldn't be talking mess. See, that's how you know we in the SWAC. Because how do you, in good conscience, how do you talk smack and you only scored 3 points this week? How you work that? How does that even happen? You scored 3 points and you over here talking mess. Kobe, again, been wolfing about the them Bulldogs, and you couldn't pull it out. Could not pull it out. I really think that they had some really good play that got folks excited, and then you towards the end, y'all was tired. Wasn't McNeese terrible last year? I want to say they got new coaching and everything. Touchdown, McNeese. Why is that game so late? Why is that game so late, y'all? See, this is going to be a problem. I'm not going to be going on here at 11 o'clock at night. You know, I have to get up in the morning. So let me go ahead and go through these. I'm getting ready to do a poll because I want to know which game do you guys feel like is the highlight game of the week. So we're going to do FAMU versus South Carolina State. I feel like Texas Southern versus Prairie View is making a statement, okay? Oh, I mean, I don't really delve off into the MEAC very much, but I did see that Delaware State pulled out a win and Morgan State put out a win. That's big implications for the MEAC.
I was just about to ask you about that.
There you are, Mr. Ford.
Yeah.
I don't know who they play. Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart.
I know Morgan played Hampton, right?
Yes.
It was at Hampton, right?
Yep.
So what was the score?
So I have a poll going right now. Which game was the highlight of the week? FAMU versus South Carolina State. I don't even think I did South Carolina State. Yes, I did. Texas Southern versus Prairie View. And I only put Prairie there. Sorry. Delaware State versus Sacred Heart. Or Morgan State versus Hampton. Mr. Ford, what in the world? See, football is back, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
Football is back. And everybody has their own analysis of what they think is going to happen. So I'm happy to see that it's here now, right?
I'm looking forward to that 3 o'clock game in Miami.
Yes, and you know that I am here.
Yes, you are there.
And we will be going live.
What time?
At 12 noon on HBCU Plus. So download the app. It's going to be the first ever show for Around the Block at 12 p.m. noon Eastern time.
Okay.
We'll be going live with some commentary about the game and just SWAC football in general. It's me and my co-host Ken Clark and Zoe Phillips of the the KC Media Group or Tiger Talk TV, and also Mike Reed of the Mike Reed Show. So I'm really excited. And then before that, we have Nick Eden with the Quad Show. So make sure that you tune in. I'm going to be dropping the links for that. Mr. Ford, what happened?
Okay,
It was
what
a
game?
complete breakdown in the second half for South Carolina State. And I just want to know, for these MEAC folks who have no strength and conditioning,
how you gonna fix it? How you gonna fix it?
How you gonna fix it?
Well, I thought South Carolina State had them on the ropes when they were running the ball, but FAM answered them with that air attack. That Richardson kid outside that pocket on the run is devastating because he's always looking downfield.
What happened?
I was saying that I thought in the second half South Carolina State had FAM on the ropes, but FAM answered them with that air attack.
Listen, it looks like the quarterback Richardson. Now he's not gonna make. I don't necessarily think he's gonna make the mistakes that Musa made in the first half. Let me go ahead and pull up those stats. But for me, I feel like he's one of those quarterbacks that either he's a quarterback that warms up in the second half, or Coach Colzie decides to turn it up a notch in the second half with regard to his play.
Well, they went to that once they got behind. They went heavily and strategically to that air attack, and they got the wide receivers they got this year better than the ones they had last year. Because you got
but it's still very, 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 very close. All right, so I'm gonna put it like this: if the QB continues to play like this, it'll probably be between him and Jacobian this year for the quarterback of the SWAC.
Without a doubt, Jacobian is the topic of conversation up here in Atlanta among the coaches that know the game. Most of them, I talked to some people on Cascade who watched the game Thursday. They see big things for Jacobian. Now, most of them are saying that the question is, will TC program prepare him to play at the next level? That's the question, because he's got it. He's got the it factor. He's got the size. He's got the arm. He sees the field. He has touch. You know, the next thing is, I mean, can they coach him up to get him prepared to play professional football? And so that's the question, because he's, like you said, now he's a big timer. Jacobian is a big timer. He's got it all.
Mm-hmm. He's got it all. He got the height.
He's got the size, and he throws that ball well.
The dual threat.
Yeah, he reads defense as well, knows where to go with the ball, gets rid of the ball quickly. He showed, like I said, he was a topic of conversation on Cascade Road this morning.
Oh, you was over at Cascade Road.
I was at Cascade Road this morning.
Oh Lord. Okay, let me go ahead and put your little thing up. Let me put it up there. Mr. Ford over here with the street committee tea. I don't know. I feel like FAMU absolutely cannot continue to play like this, because the teams that they went against are both teams in which I'm trying to put this in a polite way, right? They're teams that were rebuilding, right? So because you have teams that are rebuilding, and you're able to get that level of efficiency out of both of those teams against FAMU, what are you going to do to teams that are more developed, right? I don't know. I feel like
I was impressed with South Carolina State. Now, I know for a fact that one of the things that Coach Bear is going to do He's gonna go get those 6'4", 6'5" wide receivers on the outside. I don't see him now, but next year he'll have
That's
them.
a continuation, of course, of Buddy Pugh, right? Because
Yeah. Now that he had
he mimics his
some.
offense. He definitely.
I thought he
Shaq did.
underutilized his tight end for the weapon that kid is, but his Z and his inside slot, they were tough. They were small, but what you can look for him next year. He's gonna put a heavy emphasis on getting them big time wide receivers. I'm talking about catch from the FBS level. You can be assured of that next year when you see South Carolina State. They're gonna be 6'4", 6'5" at the wide receiver spots on the outside. You better believe that.
So just to update, of course, the game South Carolina State versus FAMU took place in Bragg Memorial. The attendance was roughly 15,930. It was 93 degrees.
What was the attendance? What was the attendance?
15,930.
Only 15? Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, oh wow. The temperature was 93 degrees. We did see some injuries or some illnesses, maybe possibly some fatigue due to the heat. South Carolina State, I'm gonna read the stat lines.
Hey, Southern just made a real bad mistake here.
Against
McNeese. Yeah, they got snapped the ball over the punter's head. He had to kick it out of the end zone. So it looks like they're trying to come apart.
Okay, so rushing, once again, 154 yards rushing with South Carolina State. FAMU had 133 yards rushing. So it looks like their defense on both sides, they need to fix that, right?
Well, South Carolina, FAMU made some adjustments on their defensive line at the end of the game. They took 90 out and put another kid, I can't remember his number, which made them better.
Yeah, I want to say one of their main players went down. I want to say it was Somerset. So passing, once again, Richardson threw for 282 yards, 23 of 38, about 7.4 yards per pass. Or no, that was attempts, 12.3 completed. He threw for 3 touchdowns. Total offense, 415 total offense for FAMU. That's not bad at all, right?
Yeah. How many did Richardson throw for? What was his pass?
A lot of yards for only 22 points, though. My God. Right?
What did he throw for tonight?
282 passing total.
How many attempts he had?
23 completions on 38 attempts.
Okay.
Now, there are some people in the chat that said he had some interceptions and he had some stuff that was called back. So the punter average was 48 average yards. So that was good, flipping the field, right?
Oh, yeah.
They was able to flip the field.
Right.
I think the difference that, of course, made is, of course, like you always say, is FAMU had that advantage for being in Bragg, right? They did not want to be the team that lost.
Yeah, they played with resiliency tonight. But the other thing is, FAMU has a well-coordinated air attack. I mean, when they get down, they can quick strike you now. They can hit you in space.
That's a part of the strike. South Carolina State just didn't. It looked like they kind of lost battery. You know how something can go efficiently and then the battery goes out.
Well,
and there was a touchdown called back from South Carolina State. So can we talk about Virginia Union today in Kentucky
who did they
State?
play? Okay, who won that?
Kentucky. Lord, you're gonna be surprised by this score. Let me get it up. It was a big score. Let's see.
Oh, Virginia Union beat them 69-7.
Good Lord, they got pile drived, right?
Hey,
It was in Kentucky. Can you imagine being at a home game and you get blown out by 69 points? Pause. No Diddy. Oh Lord. 69 to 7. We just called on the game. Is there any type of mercy rule in football? Did you see Alabama A&M? Baby,
no,
I
I
think that
heard
they
you
probably
talking about
scored
it.
another. I think
Huh?
it's probably at 80 now. It's probably at 80 now. Let me go look. It was bad, Mr. Ford. It was real bad. Let me see. Okay, good. I'm glad they didn't score on them anymore. It ended 73 to 3. Gremlins losing 40 to 7. McNeese and Southern are tied up in the
No,
fourth
no.
quarter. It's a close game.
McNeese just took the lead. McNeese just took the lead.
Oh, okay. Bethune-Cookman scored 3 points against South Florida. So that's why it's kind of hard to rank folks today, right? Because it's a lot of money games this week. Can we talk about Delaware State beating Sacred Heart?
Yeah, that's Lee Hall, isn't it? Isn't that coach named Lee Hall?
Is this his first year?
No, he was there last year.
Okay, let me see. Marquis Adams threw for 14 of 22, 150 yards and 1 touchdown. John Mikowski threw 12 of 23 for 104 yards, but he had 2 interceptions. So it looks like Delaware State's defense came to play, okay?
Oh, yeah.
They
You know, Lee
had
at one
Jalen.
time was on the staff at the Indianapolis Colts. He was, I think he was their wide receiver coach.
So folks are saying that that's the price of money games. I mean, I can't say too much because Clemson only scored 3 points today. They got dog walked by Georgia, right?
Yeah, it could have been worse.
That's a money game, right?
Yeah, for both of them.
So
That's Chick-fil-A money.
yeah. She said I had to look twice. I was like, maybe that was Virginia. No, baby, Virginia Union came to play, okay?
Yeah, they
And
got some
beat
athletes up there.
So that's probably a team that while you folks are thinking about scheduling some of these D2 schools, you might not want to schedule Virginia Union anytime soon.
Are they playing Hampton this year?
Let me see. Let's talk about that Hampton game. How they gonna fix it? That was a close game. You know that there's a lot of people that said that Morgan State is primed to win the MEAC.
Yeah, what was the score of the game with Morgan and Hampton? What was the score?
30 to 28.
Oh, that was close.
Morgan State, I don't even think Morgan State ever put up 30 points the whole season last year. I don't even think they knew what 30 points was.
They were all defense. Yeah, I saw them last year. Their defense was devastating. They couldn't get nothing
Is
from
Prairie View still going undefeated this season, Mr. Ford?
I thought you said Prairie View was losing. You didn't say that?
That's the point. Yes, it's terrible. Yeah. Everybody had they were saying, dang, it's final. So this is good. Okay, so this is good for Chris Dishman, right? His first game.
Oh yeah.
The gate. He only had 60 days to put together a team, right? 60 to less than 60, right? 90 days.
Yeah, he must have them organized and disciplined. He must have them organized and disciplined.
Like, I wanted Lionel versus everybody to explain to us why Prairie View lost this game, because now you're looking at a possible play in the West, right? Where now Texas Southern is primed to This is history. From 2011 to 2023, Texas Southern has only had 2 wins, and one of those wins was today.
Okay.
And they've had 11 losses straight, or excuse me, not 11 losses straight. They've had 11 losses total. They have a 9 losing streak. And so this is the first time in 9 years that Texas Southern has came out on top, or maybe it's 3 wins. Let me see. So this is actually 3 wins because this isn't updated. So this is last year they lost 34-37, and I think that was like them just giving it away. So this does not have the updated. So it's going to be 3 wins to 11 losses. So in 14 years, Texas Southern has only won 3 times. This is crazy. So I feel like it's looking like Texas Southern might be on the short list for teams to watch. Dang, and it was in Prairie View. You know how, I'm not going to say how bad, but how you have a home game and you lose in Prairie View. Texas Southern came out the gate and scored 10 points, and then in the second quarter they both only scored 3, and then it was just Texas Southern from there.
Who was the quarterback for Texas Southern tonight?
Cooper.
Oh, somebody
have you
named
heard
Cooper?
of him?
No, I've never heard of him.
Have you heard of him? Okay,
I'll try to watch the game tomorrow.
He's a freshman.
And where's he from?
He's a freshman quarterback. Let me pull
Where's
him
he
up.
from?
His name is KJ Cooper.
And he's from?
Not you. How you gonna let a freshman beat you? Let me see. Oh, maybe he's not necessarily a fresh. He's a transfer. He's a quarterback transfer from Minnesota State, CTC.
Oh, okay.
Minnesota State Community and Technical College. He's 6'5", 225 pounds. He's his hometown is El Paso, Texas.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't know why I thought it was gonna be Chase.
Because he was the starter last year. Huh? Because he was the starter last year.
Well, from what I see on here, it says he had 29 attempts, 19 for 66 completion percentage, 126 yards. Maybe there was somebody else. 1 interception, 41 long. So they must have been utilizing their rushing. So it looks like let me look at their running backs. It had to be the running backs.
What was what was the attendance at the game in Prairie View tonight?
Let's look at that. They don't have attendance posted yet.
They don't have attendance. Okay.
Mm-hmm. They got skull drug. Like if I'm Texas Southern and I beat Prairie View out the rip, I'm excited for my coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Texas Southern is actually going to be in the lead. They said that it was sold out.
Okay.
Dishman prefers vertically dominant quarterbacks. It says in the coaches meeting, the Texas Southern coach said they were playing two quarterbacks he was holding out. And JSU had the least marginal loss out of all the FCS versus FBS games. It was a tough week 1.
Yeah, but Jackson State's better. I watched that game. Jackson State is better all around. The offense is better. The defense is better. Now, the only thing, I want him to leave that 3-3-5 alone. That's ridiculous. Defensively, they're opportunistic defense. But the problem I saw was that it was too many initial hits, and the backs from ULM were continuing to gain yards after being hit. And they got to work on that. Their fundamentals and tackles, we got to work on that.
Let me find out that Texas Southern has 2 solid quarterbacks and a run game. What did you think about Alcorn?
I've got to go back and watch the game. I haven't seen it.
They scored 3 points.
Right, and UAB scored how many?
Let's see. I want to say at least 41.
Oh, okay. Well, what I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to watch some games. Some games, because I've basically been I watched Georgia, and I watched that kid Cam Ward.
Georgia was a money. It was just, that was a big breakdown, right? So you can even see the separation from FBS to FBS, right? You can see the huge separation, meaning, and Clemson has millions and millions of dollars, $250 million facilities, and you can still see the depth of talent at Georgia and just the complete separation between Clemson. And I don't think Clemson's going to put up with that for too long. They're not used to that.
Well, he says he doesn't want to use the transfer portal. That's what I saw today. The difference in them teams was transfer portal.
So you have a question in the chat. Mr. Ford, what do you think about what is your theory on why TC got conservative in the second half when we had the chance to win?
Well, that goes back to what I still think, and it's TC's team. I have the utmost respect for TC, but I wasn't happy when they decided to make TC the OC. I didn't want that. I thought that should be delegated. I thought he should pick one of his offensive assistants that he has confidence in. Usually when I was coaching, usually the quarterback coach was also the play caller, the OC.
So he could have done also, which we're going to see how it plays out. But like I was telling everybody, and this isn't just like, this is going to be from people who are analyzing sports or people who love football. When you forego naming an offensive coordinator, you are going to be scrutinized heavily on your offensive play, on your play calling. It's going to be scrutinized a lot heavier because instead of hiring an offensive coordinator, you choose to do the play calling. Now,
to be honest with you, Mr. Mona, I think the play caller is on the staff. I think you should look at the guy who's a quarterback coach. Who's a quarterback coach?
Rip Kirk.
Usually, if the guy's a quarterback coach, he can be your OC.
So here's my thing. I feel like the second half, Jackson State absolutely within less than 3 minutes went and scored. Quick, 75 yards, 7 plays, went ahead and hurry up and scored. I think it was more than likely the deep ball that I was looking at is the deep ball. But you have to also take into account that I personally feel that the SWAC has way better skill positions than ULM. Like I feel like we have better wide receivers in the SWAC. Their freshman running back was good, but you see that it was a freshman. They didn't really have anybody else except for him, right? So I feel like when it comes to trench play, I feel like defensive line and offensive line, Jackson State is superior to the other offensive line and defensive lines in the SWAC. pending that they fix that issue, Mr. Ford, with
Well,
that
I agree with
one.
you on the offensive line, defensive line, not. I'd have to.
You said, are we soft in the middle?
No, I'm not. Offensively, I think you're right. You might have the strongest offensive line, but I do have some issues and some concerns about Jack. To me, I think Jackson's defensive line is undersized. Now, one thing I did like about him, they're opportunistic, and what I really liked was when he was walking up 6 and 7 to the line of scrimmage, and then he would drop someone back. Jackson's got to keep whatever they're doing disguised defensively. And like I said, I thought the most ridiculous thing was the continuation of that 3-3-5. I don't know why they continue to do that.
They are trying to live and die by that. They
well, they need to let that go.
They did start doing the four-man front, but come on, and they ran through us. I was like, oh Lord, we can't. But that freshman, he is a beast. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna follow him to see is he able to mimic that playing other FBS teams. Mr. Arsenault said he's at the Southern game and he's getting ready to go home.
Yeah, they've fallen apart in the last 10, 15 minutes. When I initially turned it on, they were leading. They've given up, 14 unanswered points, huh? Or maybe 21 unanswered points.
Okay, and so this goes to the strength and conditioning of the team, right? We need, it's not just, there's one thing in being able to be explosive and fast in small spurts. You need that longevity. Folks need to be doing some stadiums, and I'm not trying to get the student athletes to do stadiums, but you need that endurance. And so what we've been seeing in football this week and last week, especially with Norfolk State, lack of endurance. You're gassed after the end of the third quarter, and you got more holding calls, you have more penalties, and you're gassed. Southern gave up 21 points in the fourth quarter. They just got gassed, right? But McNeese is another FCS program, so it has to do with strength and endurance. Do you think that's something that can't even be fixed during the season, can it? That's something that happens in summer and fall camp.
No. As the weather turns cooler, people get in shape quicker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the big guys will really be able to play. Once it get a little cold, a little frost, yeah.
Okay. So, Mr. Ford, do you have any more street committee tea? What are they saying about FAMU and that game last week?
Well, most of the criticisms up here from the FAMU people is on the defensive side. They feel really good about the offense and the direction of Joe Henry, but it's that front seven that everybody up here is concerned about. That's what their people are chirping about. Now, I did see him make some changes and put some more. He took 90 out and put a more athletic guy in there, but I think he has to use more depth because there was a period when FAM was burned. Their defense was gashed. And
okay, so here's my other observation with FAMU, and that is, are we seeing FAMU at full power, being that they were in Bragg, that they have their complete team, like this isn't a travel team? Are we seeing FAMU at their height with regard to their offensive play calling and their defense? And so, like, is what we saw today, is that what we can look forward to going on deeper into the season?
No, FAMU's there at the beginning of the season. Their offense is going to get more explosive. I done told you, if they ever decide that, like the night they did roll him out and sprint him out a little bit more, but that offense is going to get...
You talking about the quarterback? You talking about Richardson?
Yeah, they're going to get better. The issue with FAMU is that defensive line. That's the issue with them.
So at this point, it's going to be more than likely, from what you're saying, one of those situations where their defense has to hold up in order for them to win, because 22 points, what's that? Three touchdowns.
About three. I know they had a field goal too.
They had a two-point conversion, I think.
Yeah.
What I'm basically saying is this what we're getting? Because if this is what we're getting offensively, like the quarterback, he's able to throw, right? We see how many yards he got. Defensively, when I'm looking at that and I'm looking at how they played in the first quarter, I'm just like, oh wow, this is a beatable team. Now, when you look at FAMU in the fourth quarter, they might have had a 12th, 13th man on the field with the refs, but they made the adjustments, like you said, and they brought in some more explosive players to end it out. So the question is, going into SWAC play, well, FAMU has to get ready to go play some FBS teams back to back.
Yeah, so they got to play UM and Troy State.
So for FAMU, it's really going to be about not sustaining any injuries and coming out of those money games healthy.
Right. Right.
The defensive line, they were running on them at Norfolk State, and we saw that they were also running on them at South Carolina State today. They were running on them.
Right.
That was a warning. My alma mater will humble you in 4 weeks. Who is that? Who is that? I want to know who this is. And what are you surprised about Prairie View and their, I don't know, their lack of offense? It seemed like Prairie View done took a step back.
I gotta see them. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to see them tomorrow.
9 points. They only scored 9 points.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll see them tomorrow.
All right, Mr. Ford. Well, I'm gonna have to go to sleep, y'all, because I have to get up in the morning and get prepared. Let me see what y'all said on the poll. I said, which game was the highlight of the week? Surprisingly, Texas Southern versus Prairie View ended up winning with 46% of the vote. FAMU versus South Carolina State had a close second. I think everybody is looking and saying, dang, Texas Southern ran up on them folks like that in their house and him a big L. Your alma mater was humbled by a man with no teeth. Oh, Lord.
Who was that?
Somebody in the chat was talking mess, saying that my alma mater will humble you in 4 weeks. And Jerome said that his alma mater was humbled by a man with no teeth. You know they be cutting up in the chat, Mr. Ford.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they said Troy State's not like that. Troy State's not that good. It'll be closer than usual. Delaware State was the true highlight. Why? Because it was Sacred Heart. Let me look up Sacred Heart's last year's. I bet you they was trash last year. Solemnity of the Most Sacred Heart of Jesus. I'm going to be treading lightly with talking about Sacred Heart.
Oh, yeah, I saw that today. Clark Atlanta beat Fort Valley today.
Folks are over here making it seem like Delaware State did their big one today. Congratulations on the win. I'm not going to be a hater, but Sacred Heart was 2-9 last year. Like, what are we talking about here? Congratulations to Delaware State, but y'all got to stop making regular FCS teams and placing them on pedestals. They were 2-9 last year. 1-5 on away games and 1-4 at home. They were not good. So congratulations on Delaware State for representing the MEAC and clinching that away game. But Sacred Heart is not good. Handing them a big fat L, 15-17.
So who
In
you picking
Connecticut.
tomorrow for the Bama State Central game? Who you picking?
I'm so glad you asked. This is the perfect time to do that reveal. Ooh, I'm excited, right? Because we get to see Rico Dozier, right? He led the SWAC last year with tackles, and he is supposed to be one of the leaders in the SWAC defensively. They have North Carolina Central and Alabama State at the top of SWAC and MEAC football, right, to win their division. So we're getting ready to see what they got, basically.
So who you picking? What who do you think will win?
Alabama State. I'm picking the home
Okay,
team.
you're picking Bama State. Okay.
Who are you picking? I know you about to pick Bama State, ain't it?
Yeah, I'm picking Bama State.
I mean, Walker. So in the coaches interview, the coach Trey Oliver did speak very highly of his quarterback and just said that, you know, he's been here, he knows the offense, that he could have played more last year, you know, and when needed to fill in, he stepped up to the plate, right? So we're going to see with Walker leading to the game, but right now, as far as like, I'm going with the home team, I'm going with Alabama State.
Yeah, the guy at Georgia, they said he sit the bench 3 years before he started. Carson Beck, he was in that program for 3 years before he started.
Developing, but you know that's a rarity, right?
Yeah, because these kids are impatient and they want instant gratification.
Kind of like General Booty.
Now, where was he before he came to ULM?
Say he was at Oklahoma, or I want to say Oklahoma, maybe.
Oh, he was at Oklahoma. Okay.
I will say this: I'm going to be surprised if we see more than or 10,000 people. It might be less.
Yeah, because you and FAMU, that's FAMU territory. Like I told them, if they're going to continue to play the game and FAMU's not in it, change the name from Orange Blossom Classic. That should belong to Florida A&M.
Lord, not y'all trying to get rid of don't call it that, huh? So I'm getting ready to drop the link. Of course, you can find it on Roku. You can find it on all of the TVs. And so we will be going live at 12 p.m. noon. In the morning, I will post the link, right, for our show tomorrow. I think I can put up the I'm excited, y'all. Yes. So that's tomorrow at 12 noon, and that's Eastern time. We over here on the East Coast. So 12 noon. I know some of y'all are going to church, but that game is starting. So please tune in. We will be on HBCU Plus with the debut of Around the Block featuring myself, Ken Clark, Zoe Phillips, and Mike Reed. It's going to be a great show, right? We're going to break down North Carolina Central, what they got, and Alabama State and what they got, and pick and choose who we got, right? Is it oranges in Florida? Lord have mercy. All right. Anything else you want to say, Mr. Ford, tonight?
I just think it's going to be an exciting HBCU football season.
It's going to be a lot closer, right? I don't think anyone
Yeah,
has
that's
just,
parity. That's parity.
with
That's
with the
because I'm gonna
exception of
tell you right
Jackson State.
now. From what I saw tonight with South Carolina State, they're not that far away, and they're gonna improve too. They're gonna get better.
That's only his first year, but me and Zoe and Nick and him were talking, and basically it was Benedict 2.0, Mr. Ford. Like, he has a lot of players from Benedict, and
Yeah.
so like you said, he's only missing a couple of key pieces with some more wide receivers. They got to fix, of course, the penalties that they incurred. Like you said, they're only one
He's
away.
gonna. The one thing I know he's gonna do for next year, he's gonna reinforce that defensive line. He's gonna go get more people. You will see. He will have a first string defensive line, second string defensive line, and there will be no drop off. There will be no drop off. I know what he's
You
gonna do.
seeing he's gonna bring that in for next year?
Yeah.
Well, I think one thing
one
that you have to realize is when you're bringing coaches from D2 to FCS, they're used to working with only 30 scholarships at the D2 level. So they're used to basically working with less and being able to make it work, right? So now he's going to South Carolina State, where he has double the amount of scholarships.
Yeah.
And he has a little more wiggle room. So I definitely think getting it out the trenches by being a coach at the D2 level, and then basically excelling at that level, and then you get to the FCS and you have a little bit more wiggle room, you're able to do a lot more.
Yeah, but now
So
let me just say this, Mr. Mona. That conversation about D2 and D1, like FCS and Division II, there's not that much difference in our schools. I'm to be honest with you.
no, they have more scholarship players. That's it.
Yeah, they might have more scholarship, but there's not that much difference. Them Virginia Union team, like I saw them last two Benedict teams.
I would never want to schedule. If you are a FCS team, you better not schedule Virginia Union. You can get whooped.
Yeah.
You're gonna schedule a money game for them. They're gonna take your money and take a win. Like, don't do it.
But like I said, I think South Carolina State will be heard from this season. That was a battle down there in Tallahassee tonight. And I'm just saying, I know him. And I know one of the things he's going to do for next year, he's going to have 6'4", 6'5" type wide receivers. Now, he's going to have them inside slots, and they're going to be real fast like they were tonight. But I can see him. He's going to reinforce that defensive line. And he's going to get the FBS transfers. And like I said, he'll have a first string defensive line, second string defensive line, and that will be no drop off. That's Chinnis Berry. You better believe that.
And I do have a video, which I'm going to show real quickly, of the what is it, John Merritt Classic.
Oh yeah, what was the final score in that game?
41-21.
Oh yeah, did you pick Valley to win that game?
And I'll do it again.
Oh, because I was one. That's why I asked you that night. Were you doing your wine or what was going on? Yeah, that's why I was asking you were doing your wine.
Okay. All right. Ain't no classic like a classic with Jackson State, y'all.
Oh yeah, you about right. If they get 10,000 people, that'll be great.
I'll make sure to mail you those orange and green pom-poms. What? Oh no, I won't be doing that. All right, next week's matchups. We on to next week now. Ain't no need in talking about this week. We on to the next week, y'all. Ain't no need.
Yeah, now who are the matchups for next week?
All right, so Next week, FAMU got Miami. So we already know how that's going to go.
Yeah.
That's an L. Alabama State has Miles. That's a get back game for Coach, right?
Yeah.
Definitely
yes,
a get. And that's one of those games where you can't lose that game, right? Because you wasn't supposed to lose the first one. So that's one of those games where you have to tighten up and you have to bring out a win for which, it was the beginning of the season, possibly maybe a lot of self-inflicted mistakes, right? With that particular game. Okay, I got them all. You guys know that there are so many documents and stuff that you can pull up on the SWAC website. So they have the 2024 composite schedule with kickoff times. Munster is going to be at Bethune-Cookman at 2 p.m. Florida A&M is at Miami at 5. Miles at Alabama State at 5. Kentucky State at Alabama A&M. That should definitely be a win, right? Kentucky State got skull drugged by Virginia Union. So if we don't see anything else less than domination from Alabama A&M, it's going to be a problem.
Right.
Mississippi Valley State is at Lamar at 6 p.m. Savannah State will be playing Southern. They'll be at Southern. So that particular game starts at 6 p.m. Tuskegee is at Grambling State. That should be a good game, huh?
Well, Grambling should drub them out there in the hole.
They did what now?
They should drub them. They should beat them bad out in the hole. You remember Tuskegee's program is down. Aaron James hadn't shown anybody anything.
I don't understand. What I don't understand is why, because a lot of these D2 games, aren't they money games for that particular team? Why do you schedule a game with an FBS team and then turn around and you get a money game where you're paying out instead of doing home and home games with good teams?
There's history between Grambling and Tuskegee. You remember the people in Grambling sent a letter to Booker T. Washington. He sent Charles P. Adams, and Charles P. Adams started what we now call Grambling State University. So that's history between them, legacy. Just like it's history between Tuskegee and Hampton.
I can't wait for us to play Tuskegee. That's going to be a good matchup. Then we have Lane at Jackson State at 6
It will not be a good matchup. Tuskegee's program is down.
Oh, they're down? I thought you said they were the winningest program in the HBCU.
They're the winningest program in black college black college football. But since Willie Slater left there, that program has fallen.
I really think what happened is ULM, I don't know. I felt like maybe Prime wanted to match that one up. All right. Prairie View A&M is at Northwestern State. We're expecting them to bring out a win, aren't we? Not after what they just did. Maybe it was just a bad day. Let's see what Northwestern. I thought Northwestern State is ranked 7th in the Southland Conference, and they got skull drugged by Tulsa today, 62-28. Prairie View only put up 9 points today, so we're going to see how they do. Texas Southern will be at Rice at 6 p.m. Alcorn State will be at Vanderbilt. Good Lord, I know y'all Braves are sad. That's 2 money games in a row. Dang. And then we have Arkansas Baptist at Arkansas Pine Bluff at 7. So that should be a good win for Arkansas Pine Bluff after that abysmal game this past week on Thursday. So we're going to be ready. There's no games midweek this week. No Thursday games. All hearts and minds are clear? Oh, wait, let me read the poll that I put up. Or did I put up a poll? I guess I didn't. Oh, yes, I did. Who do you got for the Orange Blossom Classic? Y'all go ahead and get these votes in so I can read it. Ooh, a lot of people are going for North Carolina Central. I cannot believe that. Y'all don't believe in first to win the SWAC, or excuse me, predicted first to win in the SWAC East. Y'all not voting for Alabama State? Mr. Ford, somebody said we lost to Benedict in the SIAC championship and had a subpar year last year. That's not falling off. Tuskegee said they ain't fell off. They just lost to the to Benedict. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this poll, but based on these results, folks are actually saying that North Carolina Central should take it. Y'all think North Carolina Central taking it? Wow. Y'all comment the score. What's the score in the comments? I think it's going to be under. The quality isn't there like it used to be at Tuskegee. Well, y'all think that it's going to be, I'm surprised y'all feel like North Carolina Central going to take it. Mr. Ford, did you see the marching 101? Is it marching 101 or is it just 101? They came in there and blew FAMU out the water. I think Mr. Ford is on here no more, or he went to sleep, which is fine because I'm about to go to sleep myself. I have to get up at 7:30 in the morning. But as you know, it's Labor Day weekend. And so it's going to be Alabama State versus North Carolina Central, 3 p.m. kickoff. Okay. Oh, you think that Alabama State's going to lose? I can North Carolina Central 24. What? Let me on to speak about my thoughts on the game. All right, I'll do that. Ooh, you said that. What you mean two? They only gonna get a safety? What do that mean? What's the final score? Bama State 13. Oh, okay. Okay. So basically, you think that Bama State's only gonna score 2 touchdowns with Andrew Body on their roster? You think they're gonna only score 2 touchdowns? I am going to be on HBCU Plus at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. At 11 o'clock will be Nick Eden and the Quad. Okay. I cannot believe y'all folks think North Carolina Central's going to take it like that. Y'all are confident. So y'all think Trey Oliver reloaded from the fallout from Richmond and then losing his star quarterback that he re-upped. Wow. Alabama A&M sucks. Hey, what? Alabama A&M's like, how did I get in it? So anyway, y'all tune in. I think Willie, let me see. Did I even drop it in the chat? I thought I did. I just left the game. Oh, okay. How bad are they? Are they so bad that there's no possible way that they're going to beat FAMU? Because that's what Zoe predicted, that they'll beat FAMU. Doesn't look like that's possible. I don't trust Body. Well, we about to find out. Tomorrow we're going to find out what's what. We're going to find out if what he said is that really what it is. Willie! Willie!
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, I wanted to drop my
I can
thoughts
hear
on
you.
the game. Okay, all right. I just wanted to
Well,
drop
I
my
did hear
thoughts
you
on the
that first
game.
time. Huh?
I said I wanted to drop my thoughts on the game. Okay, what I thought when I was looking at the game, now I wasn't there, and I had a couple of people that was there, and they was telling me about the officiating. But the way I seen it, I don't think people need to get all bent out of shape. I think TC was purposely not showing his playbook where he can just run through the SWAC and run through the rest of the conference games. I felt that Jackson State was a much better team. They could have beat that team, and I think they just took the money. I think they just took the payday, and they paid them to lose and come over there and listen to the band. That's my personal opinion, because they in my opinion, they was just head and shoulders better than that team. They was a lot better than that team, and I think that kind of helped. That kind of hurt the powers to be when old Jackson State coming in and beat a FBS team. So I really believe that, not per se, and we're not trying to put your boy on the spotlight, but I think they know what was going on. I really believe they took that pay and took that loss and let them listen to the boom and came on home and getting ready for the rest of the season. That's just my opinion. And I think a lot of other people.
Okay, so then what do you think? So then what do you think about the defense?
Oh man, I'm so doggone glad they got rid of that clown they had last year. 3rd and 2, and you in a 3-man front. Oh man, the defense was clicking. It's gonna get even better and better. It's getting better and better. I think we need to tighten
what
up
about
on
our
our
DBs playing off-man coverage? I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like how they were playing. They were too far off.
I think they're gonna adjust. I think this particular coach is gonna implement a lot of adjustments. They do need to do a little bit better tackling. That's what kind of hurt them in this past game, not tackling. But they run stop defense was a lot better. Is a lot better pass, getting a lot of better penetration this year on the up line, and it's a big improvement. It's like a 365-degree improvement from last year. That guy last year just was in over his head, in my opinion.
Can you talk about our specials teams? Because our ace in the hole is Matt Knoll. His longest punt was 57 yards.
Yeah, he got his leg into one of them. I hope Jackson. I think far as our kicking game is I think it's above average for SWAC or for FCS.
Above average. Punting 57 yards is superior in all of FCS. That is going to be, when we talk about SWAC play, it's going to be a game changer. But I feel like it's superior to all of SWAC play to be able to punt. You're basically flipping the field. So even if you do have a situation where Jackson State is 4th and long, or they don't, they have to do punt it, he's able to essentially pin them down into the red zone, which I don't know if you remember the South Carolina State game at the Celebration Bowl. That was absolutely our kryptonite. We were getting pinned every single time when the defense would make a stop. We was getting pinned all the way deep into the red zone. So, I'm excited about our special teams because
I'm excited about our special teams also. They're a whole lot better than they was last year. At least they're not turning the ball over.
Right.
I think those first game jitters is out the way. Like I say, I wish they had went on and won that game, but I really, with the bottom of my heart, I really believe they didn't try to win the game, especially middle of the 3rd quarter. It seemed like they just gave up. But I think we're going to be all right. I believe we'll go 11-1. Yeah, I really believe that. Yeah, I really believe we'll go. You tell me who's going to beat them.
So basically what that means is you haven't been impressed with any of the other SWAC teams. Have you been scouting them?
Well, not really. I don't watch a couple of games. Man, all right, I'm going to tell you like this. I mean, I just look at things a little optimistic. I look at things a little different. That Alabama State game got away from us last year. That game got away from us. The Florida A&M game, the first game of the season, there was so much hype involved with that game. A lot of jitters. I can't make an excuse. They jumped on us. They hit us in the mouth early. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. I think we're gonna be on a 2 or 3 year run this time. I don't know. I don't know. Alabama State might be the toughest game that we'll play this year, but I believe we'll get them. I really do. I really believe we're going to beat them over there in Alabama.
What about Texas Southern?
Man, I'm not thinking about nobody in the West. I don't think nobody. Have we lost against a team in the West in the last 3 years?
I don't know, but I just seen Texas Southern and they messed Prairie View up. Okay, I am waiting for Lion-O versus everybody. Where is PV versus the special teams on Prairie View's team? PV versus the offense. PV versus the defense. He's missing in action. I'm not worried about all of them. We get ready to make Jackson State, huh?
You was asking about Texas. Didn't Texas Southern lose their Andrew Body guy? Didn't he go over to Alabama?
He put up 27 points today, and Prairie View only scored 9.
That's Prairie View. That's Prairie View. It ain't like you talking about. You talking about a team. You talking about a team that bagged into the championship with almost a lost record. You talking about a team that bagged into the championship with like a 3 or 4 loss record. That's the West.
Lord.
That's the West. Now, what they really need to do, they really need to realign the SWAC.
Why are you over here hurting these Prairie View folks' heart because they swore up and down Prairie View won 8 games straight in the SWAC?
Huh. Really? That means they would have been like 8-3. Their record wasn't 8-3. Was okay.
It was delusion. It was delusion, but my point still stands. You're gonna hurt their heart exposing Prairie View.
Prairie View fans are sort of like the Trumpkins, aren't they? Real delusional.
We do still need to be looking at this Texas Southern team and giving them the side eye because they haven't won in Prairie View. Prairie View was talking all that mess. They was telling jokes about Texas Southern don't have a stadium. They own stadium and all that, and got skull drug in their own house.
Man, hey, watch this. I'm gonna really piss them off. Don't be surprised. Do they play Valley this year? I believe they play Valley. Valley put something on them this year. I really believe it. I really do. I mean, I can remember way back in the day, Prairie View used to be halfway decent. I can remember when Texas Southern, but they ain't got it. They probably got it for the West. Like I was saying,
they do play Valley. They play Valley on November 2nd. They play in Itabena.
Yeah, I think they're going to lose that game. What I think they should do with the SWAC in order to make it more competitive, because the West is garbage. What I think they should do, you have pretty much 2 schools in every state. 2 schools in Alabama, 3 schools in Mississippi, 2 schools in Louisiana, and 2 schools in Texas. The farthest west team should be in the Western division or conference or Western division, and the farthest east team should be in the Eastern division. Like here, Alcorn will go over to the West, and we will probably stay in the East. And Monroe, Grambling will be in the West. Southern will be in the East. Alabama A&M will be in the East. Alabama State will be in the West. I think that's how they should do it in order to balance out the talent in the SWAC. Because if you keep it like this, You're gonna have.
It's not the talent. It's not always going to be like that. The West had 3 coaches cleared out, right? You had, or was it 4? I think it was 4. You had Texas Southern has a new coach.
Grambling.
Southern has a new coach. Grambling has a new coach.
But watch this, Timona. The last 3-4 years, the team representing the West.
Willie.
The teams that represent the West had at least like 3 or 4 losses, right? I mean, that tells you that tells you a lot. That tells you how garbage that division is. The last 3 years, the team that were representing the West had like 3 or 4 losses, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean that tells you, all right. And the team that finished second in the East only had like 2 losses. I mean, that tells you that.
Okay, so
they consistent with it.
No, FAMU is going to have a different record this year.
FAMU gonna get mollywop when they come. Don't they come here this year? Yeah, they're gonna get mollywop. They're gonna get they behind toe out the frame. I don't see Jackson losing to no team in the SWAC this year. I really don't. I don't see them losing to no team. Maybe something might happen, but you know, all them boys coming back when we play the first SWAC game. I think TC was holding out on purpose. He don't want everybody to know his game plan. He's gonna put up. He's gonna put up some points this year. He's gonna put up some points. Jackson State by 40 for at least 3 games.
At least 3. Well,
at least 3 games.
Yeah.
They could score the other night. Didn't you see they could score anytime they wanted to score?
I did see that they did 75 yards in 7 plays.
In 7 plays. You know, you have your adversaries on the other channels and talking about the ball.
If they do the tempo offense, okay? So tempo offense, no huddle offense.
Yeah.
Maybe they do got some tricks up their sleeve. They definitely gonna have to fix that middle part and the 3-3-5.
Oh, wait a minute. You know, it was a player that didn't play the whole first half for the defense. And
McDaniel from Alcorn, because he had a targeting call from you are really gonna make me sit out for the first half of a brand new year.
A brand new year, brand new team. That didn't make no sense, any sense at all. And I believe, and the way I heard it, it was sprung on them at the last minute, so they didn't have no type of way of trying to make a recourse or you know, try to fight against it. You know, that's just the dirty things that the white folks have up their sleeve. But you know, we got that behind us. We have that behind us, and I don't think it's going to be any more stumbling blocks. It's going to be straight down here from now on. Hello, you still there?
I'm still here. I'm just Willie.
I've been waiting on you all to come back on. I mean, I've been watching you all periodically throughout the summer. I've been having a lot of stuff going on this summer, and I'm just glad the football season is back. And I just wanted to, you know, share my thoughts on what I thought was going to happen. But anybody in the chat, they can tell me what team they think going to beat Jackson State. And I got some blue ones.
What team?
And I have some blue ones and I have some pink ones. And however many one of them blue ones and pink ones they want to put on the table, we can put it on the table. Okay. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and we're gonna continue to listen. I just thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak.
The chat said they've been looking for you, Uncle Willie. They've been looking for you.
I've been around. Guys, the creator still blessing me.
You have to come back after that Southern versus Jackson State game. You know that's gonna be something else.
Oh, that's gonna be off the chain. I believe this city is gonna be lit that weekend. A lot of people is getting excited about that game. You know, a lot of people that's not living here is planning on coming back. That's gonna be a pretty exciting weekend, and I can't wait for it. You know, I'm looking forward to that weekend. So We're gonna see.
So Mr. Moore says, so TC threw the game against ULM. Is that what he's selling? So I don't think he means that he threw the game.
I'm not saying. Yeah.
What I
Let
think
me
he meant is that he decided not to go full throttle on his playbook at ULM.
Exactly. I want people to understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he threw the game. I'm not saying that he was paid to throw the game or nothing like that.
Because I know Southern didn't go full throttle against McNeese tonight. McNeese, they didn't go full throttle.
Hey, and watch this. You remember last year when we played Texas State and we had like 3 or 4 injuries in that game? You know, especially with the special teams, we had to go replace a kicker and all that stuff. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got hurt this game. We didn't do nothing extra. Nobody got hurt. We didn't expose a lot of our plays and a lot of our things that we're gonna try to get done this year. And it just was a perfect game. I just don't believe they tried to win the game. Is that a better way of putting it? I don't think they tried to win the game. I think they wanted
to minimize the play calling as far as opening up the book. But I mean, if you think about it, for the next couple of weeks, especially with like FAMU going to play Miami and then Troy, that same thing is going to happen with Miami, with FAMU, right? There's some of the plays that they normally would attribute to, you know, play calling in the SWAC. They're not going to utilize those against Miami.
Well, they can't. With Timona, they can't do too much. They got a middle school quarterback with a pop one arm. I don't know why people.
I'm dead.
Wait, what did you say?
They got a middle school. They got a quarterback with a middle school.
Let me get.
I'm dead. What up, Uncle Willie?
What's going on? Doc, I've been looking for you. But yeah, that quarterback got a middle school body and a pop one arm. And I know y'all want to. I know people be wanting to, you know, keep him encouraged, but it's not going. Man, them Tigers gonna tear his behind up. I don't see how he can see over the line of scrimmage, but we got something. We got a remedy for that.
My name is Bennett, and I'm not in it. So
hey, Uncle said called. Wait a minute. Uncle said called him a fat cat. He said
a tank cat.
Fat cat out there. I'm like, you know what? I'm done.
Listen, I don't understand what you're saying, but Richardson been putting up some numbers. I think the difference that's gonna make it is them edge rushers, Robin McDaniel. You know, for us, of course, it's gonna be the atmosphere, and then our defense getting to the quarterback. That's gonna be the difference to it. I just hope, as a disclaimer, I didn't say it. It was Uncle Willie that said it.
I just hope Miami don't hurt him too bad. But that ain't gonna get it. That's not gonna get it.
I want him to be healthy when it comes down to October 19th.
They should be able to switch out the quarterbacks for these other games. Miami just Miami just beat Skulldrug by, or no? Did they beat Florida Gators?
Who?
Which one won?
Oh, Miami. Oh, they beat them like they stole something.
Right. So, I mean, technically, if FAMU loses to them, we can't feel no type of way because Clemson only scored 3 points. You got me. I'm not echoing.
Doc.
What's up?
Tell me I'm lying. Just tell me I'm lying. Tell me he don't look like a middle school quarterback with a Pop one on. You know, man, Pop Warner is the 13, 14-year-old.
My baby girl is probably as tall as him.
Wow. Wow. Man, I don't know what they thought.
Yeah, but so is her granddad that's 6'9".
That stuff that they was doing against who was that team they just played?
If Miami beat the dog's piss out of UF, FAMU don't stand a chance, baby. They better play
Man,
their
you're gonna have about 3 losses in the SWAC this year.
Better give Maritovich some playing time.
Well, you know what though, when it comes down to Miami, them Florida schools, them 3 Florida schools, Miami, Florida, and Florida State, it's a Bermuda Triangle. They don't like each other. Florida State and Florida don't like each other. Florida State and Miami don't like each other. Florida don't like either one of them other schools like that. Miami just don't give a damn. Miami feel like they gonna go back to the 1980s, how they was kicking everybody's tail. But
okay, hang on. Let me let respond because
I'm gonna hang up and let y'all talk, man. I just wanted to get that out, Doc. I'm gonna be waiting till you get on your show, and I'm glad to talk to y'all again, man. I'm so excited. Thank you for letting me in, Timona. Y'all have a good one.
I got you, Uncle Willie.
Not Uncle Willie coming in here and clearing the chat out. Good Lord. He came over here shooting shots. I'm making a disclaimer right now. It wasn't me. It was not me. I gotta go to sleep, y'all. I really do. It's 12 o'clock.
You in Miami?
I'm in Miami. I sure am. I'm in Miami. I gotta go to bed though, because I have to up. Yes, we will be live tomorrow. Once again. The show will be tomorrow at 12 noon. The debut of Around the Block. Make sure that you tune in. We'll be streaming live from Orange Blossom Classic from the Hard Rock Stadium. You'll be able to find HBCU Plus on all platforms, whether it's Roku or Vizio. Doc, we'll have to talk tomorrow night or Tuesday or Thursday. I gotta go to bed. And they said that there's an echo.
Good.
So
anybody that would go to bed.
Okay, all right. Everybody, it was fun. And if you would like to make a donation to buy me some breakfast or something, you can put that in the top of the chat. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Be blessed, and I had fun.
I will give you a donation, but I got roller quarters so I can wash my clothes tomorrow.
Ask you, Doc, hit me up. Let me send me $10. No, I didn't do that. All right, and I'm just gonna end out how I always do. I'm gonna end out with my little memes, and I don't know about y'all, but based on the play that I saw today,
He made it big time, Willie.
in honor of all of the other schools and all those money games that we played this week, some brutal games. Alcorn only scored 3, Bethune-Cookman, Alabama A&M, and some others. We're just going to leave out to some gospel music. Y'all have a good night and be blessed.
I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights, but when I look around, and I think things over, all of my good days outweigh my can hardly see the road. I ask the question, Lord. Lord, why shall this day that He knows what's best for me? Although my weary eyes, they can't see, so I'll just say, thank you, Lord.